Good morning from Pleasurewood Hills here in Lowestoft in Norfolk, and look at this beautiful, beautiful entrance. You know, as you come in the park here, beautiful, beautiful entrance right the way up, and you see this beautiful fountain with the wave swinger in the background. Now, obviously we haven't been here for a few years. Last time we came here, Hobs Pit was just on its way out, and they were about to replace it with Rootin Tootin. So we do want to try out Rootin Tootin today because we've never done it before. In terms of other new attractions, there aren't many for me. Hyperdrive, I don't believe was here last time, the Dodgems. I don't have a lot of interest in that. However, we have a complete re-themed area down the bottom, including the reopening of Express, which was formerly Rattlesnake last time we come, or Snake in the Grass. But it was open last time we come, although it was shut for a couple of years. It was open. Cannonball Express has reopened for 2020. We want to be taking you on that. Again, it was open last time I came here. However, the log flume will not be open. That is currently undergoing refurbishment. For me, it's massive that I want to get into the Sealion show. Absolutely massive that I want to do that. And of course, we will be checking out how the park are doing on social distancing, and indeed during the pandemic. So when we came in the park, it was really nice. They've leveled us out into rows outside, which is great. We've had a seamless entry into the park. There was hand sanitizer as well, and we can see some markings on the floor. So we will let you know as they go around, and as we've said before, we will be 100% honest about it, which I know drives some people insane. However, that's where we need to be. And of course, we want to get back on Wipeout. Well, I say back on Wipeout, the boys have never been on Wipeout before. They're in for a shock. They're in for a shock. But I love it. I think it's absolutely incredible. So they are on timed sessions in terms of entry. You can get here at 10 o'clock, or you can get here at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and you can get sort of a 10 to 15% saving. So it really does depend on how long you want to spend in the park and whether or not you want to beat the queues outside. But there goes Wipeout round. I don't think it's going to be our first stop, but it certainly won't be long until we get on that beast again. The fun starts here, and it's a family theme park here at Pleasurewood Hills. Here is the Marble Madness. So this is a mirrored version of the Rattlesnake at Chesington World of Adventures, and it does still carry as well, interestingly, the 1.25 metre height restriction, which Rattlesnake did open with back in 1998. It does stick to that. It's got a seatbelt option on there as well. I say option, you've got to put it on. So it's got a seatbelt on there as well as the lap bar, which might be why it still maintains the 1.25 metre restriction. But you know, you've seen this quite a lot at Chesington. We obviously vlog from Chesington quite a lot, so Rattlesnake isn't a new one for you. However, we will be taking you on ride on Marble Madness, and we'll show you a nice POV of it. Nice little coaster. So for the history of this used to be the Wild Mouse at Flamingo Land, and Flamingo Land ditched this in order to get Hero. Now some say wasn't a good investment. Good investment for the park. I love this ride. Good investment for the park, but possibly not a good investment on the Hero purpose. But leave your comments below. What do you think? Would you rather have this in your park, or would you rather have Hero? Any preference?
It's actually a tough choice.
I'd rather have this in the park than Hero, but from a marketing point of view, I'd rather have Hero, because you could definitely market Hero better than this. But yeah, nice little one. And behind us here, you can see the work ongoing on the park's log flume. So the log flume's not new, but it's been completely refurbished. We've got a new building there, have a new entrance. I wouldn't mind betting there's some decorations still to go on the front there as well.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it does look really nice. Done a really good job of that. And we've seen them put all these posts and cut all these posts down today while we've been here. And of course, Sealion show over the back. Yeah, this I would imagine will open. I think it will open this season. I do think it will open this season. It was probably delayed due to the ongoing pandemic, but it looks like it will open soon. Marble Madness. You ready to fly, Kurt?
Yeah.
We look like proper. Oh, Jesus! This might not be that comfortable, you know.
No, it's not. It's comfortable as it looks. Rigidity, but it's this bit here. It's a bit too hard.
It's a little bit. A little bit hard,
Bend
isn't
it
it?
back a little bit. It's intriguing.
For those that want to know what Hero's like when you're on it, it's pretty much like this.
Except you get thrown around upside. Well, flipping round. This is good.
Oh mate, we're holding on for dear life, don't worry about it. Oh, and we're off.
It's weird because it doesn't feel like you're strapped into the...
Only Zamberla could have come up with this in their, you know, after the release of Hero. After releasing Hero, Kurt.
Yeah.
What better next step than this? Whee! Oh, I bet when you tuned into this vlog today, you didn't think you were going to see a POV of this. Oh yeah. Whee! It's a bit of a nutcracker actually. Woo! Swing out, swing out. Feel the power, Kurt. You feeling the power?
A little bit.
He's a little bit feeling the power. Whee! Oh, oh, yeah, it's a nutcracker. Don't slip too low. Whee! Oh, oh.
Put your arms between the bars and then you hold yourself up.
Yeah, maybe. That one touches.
It's proper loose, isn't it? It doesn't feel like you've got something above you. You're putting your side above you.
I mean, it's different, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Want to see some trees? There's some trees.
I'm right.
No idea where Cody is. Any idea where Cody is?
Yeah,
No idea where he's
shoe. It's the opposite side. I see a shoe and his stripy socks.
Ah. Whee!
I wonder how what he's thinking of it.
I need a wee now. Not even JKing you. very high for good flying soundtrack, you know.
Yeah, it's very silent.
Yeah.
Apart from the squeak of the ride.
Just think they're ducks. Little ducks squeaking in the background. Little ducks, Kurt. No?
Oh, that head up.
It's a lovely warm day. Look at the blue skies here.
It is nice.
We're on the east coast. Ah, I love this place. My shoulders feel the same as well as they do when they come off Hero.
Good cycle.
Yeah, it's a good cycle, isn't it? Yeah, we have it, Kurt. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's good. Very different.
Yeah, I can't remember where else we've seen one of these.
No idea. Don't think it's on everyone.
I think it's better than the balloons, isn't it?
Oh, what the balloons that spin at 8?
Yeah, I think it's better than the balloons. It's more unique.
Spin. Yeah, it's definitely more unique.
More unique.
That we need to clear up about Claude is that he's not a seal, he is a sea lion, and there is a number of ways that we can tell this. So let's have a look at those front flippers. If you're an adult, they're roughly from your elbow to the tip of your finger, very, very big, and they make Claude very strong and very agile. Seals do not have the same thing. Seal flippers are much smaller, they're more like the size of the palm of your hand. They've got big claws on, but the whole body, if you're a seal, is nowhere near as agile as a sea lion. He's very agile, so he's going to show us his rollovers as well, and he can do 5 of these. So that's 4, big round on the last one, 5. Something that everybody likes to see a sea lion doing though is the ball balancing. Now lots of people think this is easy and they can almost do it automatically, but no, it's actually quite difficult, takes lots of practice and skill. But as we can see, Claude is quite an expert. He's been doing this for a long time. He can balance that ball there for ages. But once he's got some normal balancing, he can start to mix it up a little bit, get thinking about what he's doing. So let's see if he can do some swimming and balancing. Off he goes. Very nice, Claude. Get your cameras ready, good bit coming up. He can also do some rollovers. 1, 2, 3. Very good, Claude. We're going to get the ball back, and then he can show his hands down more. Off he goes. Very good, Claude. He's going to head back to his seat and then you can give him another big round of applause because that was very good. Claude and Elmo are both very cheeky sea lions. So if everybody looks closely at their faces, zoom your cameras in if you've got one, they're just going to show you how cheeky they are. Sticking their tongues out. Very cheeky sea lions. They can have a nice round of applause. So Elmo's been working on his balancing and it does take a lot of practice. So let's have a bit of a warm up first of all. We're just going to ask him to do a bit of normal balancing to start us off. Off he goes. He's starting to get a bit more confident now. So he moves around a little bit, he's testing it out, he pops it about sometimes. That's nice, Elmo. Give him a round of applause. Well done. He's been practicing that for a while, so he's started to take it on a bit further now, so we can ask him to retrieve the ball from across the ball. Off he goes. Everybody watch Elmo's whiskers. Whiskers are up, they're feeling for the movement of the ball, and then he can move his head and neck, keeping control, keeping it balanced all the way back to his seat. This is the difficult bit. Well done, Elmo. Now let's see if we can get hands down at the same time. Beautiful, that was really good. Well done, you two. The most important feature they have is eyesight. They've got what's called binocular vision, 2 forward-facing eyes, which allow them to judge speed and distance very well. So we can put this to the test. Dean's got 5 hoops. He's going to throw them to Elmo, who's going to catch them over the top of his head. So when you're ready, Elmo,
Ready? Okay, here we go.
let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear. Number 5. Very good, Elmo. There we go. Let's find that last one as well. We'll blame the throwing, Elmo, I think. Let's give a little round of applause. Very good. But it is much easier to catch your fish when it's swimming. So let's move this into the water and see if Elmo can catch his hoops while going for a swim at the same time. Get those flippers warmed up and ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one, 5. Perfect. Well done, Elmo. Very good catching and swimming. We don't have to worry about predators. There's no sharks or killer whales. So everybody look at Claude's face and he's going to show you just how happy he is about this. Going to show everybody on this side as well. How happy are you, Claude?
Smile!
He's very happy. Give him a big round of applause.
Yo. Yo. Sup. So we've just come out of the Sealion show, and it's the only reason I come to Pleasurewood Hills, and I'm telling you now, it's not the only reason. I'm telling you now that I've been going on about the Sealions for years and years and years. To you, yeah, and Cody, who's on the kite fly. Just years and years and years, just the smiling sea line. It's all about the smiling sea line. And I have to say, they don't believe me about the smiling sea line. Do you believe me now?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it did smell.
It did
and it
smell.
stuck its tongue out as well.
And it stuck its tongue out. Honestly, I'm leaving the full show in for you guys. You've probably already watched it, but if for some reason you skipped it, go back and watch it. It puts a lot of other shows to shame. We're not going to mention any names, but it puts a little bug crawling on me as well now.
There's not many places
Bugs everywhere. It puts a lot of shows to shame. It really, really does. them. So this is the new sort of barnyard area. I say new, I think it opened last year. What we have here is the Express. So this used to be, I think it was snake in the grass first time I came, and I think it was rattlesnake second time I came. And then it's shut, and it was going to be shut permanently, Cody. And I think they decided actually that they had a reasonably good roller coaster here that probably didn't need a lot of work, and they decided to re-theme it into the Express. And I have to say, it looks 1,000 times better. And it runs really, really well. I'm assuming it's a Sierra. I don't know if it is a Sierra, but I'm assuming it is by the track layout. That's all right. It's got some lovely whip coming off the top. Since there's no one coming out of the exit because they're loading it, let's have a quick look through here. And you can see it's quite a little windy track there through the forest. We took you on ride of that as well. What do you think of that? Good. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? It's all right.
The theming looks nice.
This has been nicely done up as well. So this is like the mini Dodgems, if you will. Well, actually, this one's called Bumper Car. This one is actually called Bumper Car. It's called Bumper Car because they have the hyperdrive up the top, and they've always had this one down there. But it's been lovely done out. It looks really, really good, actually. Looks really, really good, which is quite impressive. Sort of new, not new at all. The balloons also aren't new.
But they look very nice things.
But they've been painted to sort of cockerels and food barns and things. I'll tell you what, actually, it's one of the better looking balloons I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Slap a few LEDs on there. Happy days, to be honest with you.
Oh, this looks freshly painted.
Yeah, I mean, this looks really, really nice down here. Really, really nice. And you know, when we say they're doing up the park, this whole area looks really good. With the Express, the lovely open place here with benches. You've got a nice play area down there. You've got roosters there. You've got the seating area as well, just behind. which is part of Roosters, or for picnic. We picnicked in there earlier. And then of course the chair swing. But yeah, really, really good. Up there you've got Fireball. I'm sure it's a KMG one, but I have to say, I'm not 100%. I think we do need to go and have a look whether or not it is. I mean, it's appalling, isn't it?
We got to 90 degrees and then past 90 degrees once, and that was it.
I don't understand how that's so bad, to be honest with you.
It could be better. They just don't
It was shut at the beginning of the season, but has now opened. But there's Roosters. Look at that. They're Roosters. Nice menu there, little barn. I mean, that looks well cool.
good.
And then play area and the chairs. We really do want to go on the chairs. However, let's count the amount of people on at this end. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yep, there's more than what there was the other end.
Might go single in things if they're in groups of 3 in there.
So, yeah, sadly, it's like a 40-minute queue. Lovely view there of the old Express. Love the theme they've done on that. It's really, really cool. Little chicken on the front there. That's a little egg, little chick coming out. Really, really like that though. That's the kind of thing you want to see when you re-theme a ride. So yeah, the Fireball there, it's definitely a KMG. I don't know why I'm doubting myself, mainly because of the cyclist. I mean, the cycle's never been great on that particular one, but oh, it's just awful. Awful cycle. You get to 90 degrees once, that's it. Brakes on. As I said, it wasn't open at the start of the season. I only reopened a couple of days ago, but yeah, just yeah, a bit disappointed with that. Afterburner there, not a freak out. You know, given some of the afterburners we have in the UK, I expect that to be a little bit better, to be honest with you, and that could be a real highlight ride. Like
Eagle's Claw.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to be thrilled about a theme park playing chart music like that. Never going to be thrilled. You walk out of the sort of chicken area, which is really nicely themed, straight into Fireball. Doesn't work for me at all. It should be moved, Look at that, find the train ride. I like a good train ride. I really do want to get on the overhead cables, but I don't know. Maybe we queue at 5 to 5, they'll let us on. I swear I dreamt this wave breaker had been removed. I don't know why. I swear it wasn't here anymore. I must have dreamt it, because there it is. There it is. And we're leaving the Clarence station. So we said this is a children's area. You normally have remote cars here, or money powered cars here. They're obviously not here at the moment. Little safari ride down the back, like Jungle Rangers for those familiar with Chesington. Pleasurewood ponies. People are loving the pony ride, look. That does look a bit horsey, that one, doesn't it? I've never been on this train, I've no idea where it goes. No idea where it goes. Of course, there is the UK's only Vekoma Boomerang Wipeout. A little surf theme going on. Former space for the old Tide Traveller. Thunderstruck ride. Oh, looks like we're going left. We're going left. Look at this. Look, might get a good view of Wipeout here. What a beautiful machine that is. Beautiful. Come on, Wipeout, get to the top. We might catch you. On it goes. Go on, catch up, Wipeout. Yeah. There's the old Wipeout. It's a nice new area down there. We've got the fireball. Still sitting on its trailer. We're going around this way. Oh, hello. That's that close. That's a beautiful shot, that is. This is Dart's pirate ship. It's been quite busy today, the pirate ship. We haven't got on it yet. We've got the Moby Dick ride here on the left. I think that arrived in 2013 as well. We've got the log flume, which is in the middle of being refurbished. Looks like it's approaching finished. It's been running today actually, I've been testing it today. Seem to be doing a lot of the queue line fencing. Still needs quite a lot of love around here though. Might be a little bit of work to do yet, to be honest. So here is the new, I say new, it's new to us, the Rootin Tootin Target Trail. And I say it's new to us because last time we came, Hobs Pit was still here. So Hobs Pit was the highly advertised dark ride with a large height restriction, and it had a massive age restriction as well. And it was, you know, quite gory inside, plus it had live actors. It didn't last at the park very long, I think, in honesty. Whilst it's good they've got some thrill rides here in maybe Wipeout and Fireball and maybe even Marble Madness to some sort of extent, it didn't really fit the park's vision. You never went on Hobs Pit?
Huh?
You never went on Hobs Pit?
No.
I went on Hobs Pit twice, and both times I went in and it didn't have a live actor. And funny enough, following our last visit, we did say, it was in May, I think, we did say on our Facebook page that we didn't think it was going to last much longer. We then got contacted by the park that confirmed to us that it wasn't going to last much longer, and indeed they gave us as well the first press release for the release here of Rootin Tootin, which was back 2015? I want to say 2015. No, it must have been later than that. It's 2020 now.
Yeah, a lot.
2017? I'm going to say 2017. I'm not 100% sure. I'm genuinely not 100% sure. But they gave us the first look into that. And this is the first time we've managed to get up here. We are a couple hundred miles away from Pleasurewood Hills, so it's the first time we've managed to get up here. There's the park's double carousel. Over on the right, you also have the Grand Prix track, which has been completely closed off for the 2020 season.
Yep.
That's because of some kind of pandemic that's going on at the moment. You've got the sweet shop over there. That currently isn't open, although the main shop is open. The games I haven't seen open today either. But Rootin Tootin, what do you think of Rootin Tootin? Shooting?
Very good.
Yeah, shooting?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, somehow you beat me.
Yeah.
Somehow he beat me. Cody came out with 29,000. I came out with 26,000. I can't quite work out how he did it.
Yeah. 29,750. Yeah.
Now then, inside, I don't know how much you'll see from the video, to be honest with you, because it seems a bit lighter inside than perhaps the GoPro is able to pick up. There's a lot of ultraviolet lights in there. There's some really nice decoration. It does look really, really nice in there. It's using the old system and the old trains from Hobs Pit, and I think the ride that was there before, I actually don't know what was there before. I genuinely haven't got a clue, to be honest with you, what was there before, but it's using the same old transit system. Although you don't have a live score in the cars are all numbered and then A, B, C, D, so as soon as you get out there's a big scoreboard and you can check your score. It seems to be using the same targets as what Chesington used in Toon Blaster. The circle ones with LED lights which change colour, you'll have seen them 100% on the video. They're really receptive, they work from a great distance, great staff in there as well. Yeah. Great staff in there, Kurt.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, to be fair actually today we've only come across great staff. Genuinely have great staff all day long, and you know how much we like our staff and customer service. They've all been wearing face masks as well. As you can see around here, not a lot of people around here, which is why we've taken them off as we're in a sort of closed area, but they've all been wearing them as well, which is great news. But yeah, it was you know, it was brilliant. I'm really impressed with it, really impressed with it, because at the end of the day Pleasurewood Hills is still classed as a little park, but they are doing so much. I mean, look at this. This looks beautiful. I love it. Just love the way the sweet shop looks. As we said, the Express area, the like Barnyard area, is fantastic looking. Genuinely fantastic looking. They put real effort into that. A, to get the roller coaster back up, and B, to theme everything else with it. And you know, it is being done in stages. It reminds me a bit of Portons Park. And I know what you're going to say. It's not to the level of Portons Park. And no, it's not quite to the detailed Portons Park. But Portons Park was very much like Pleasurewood Hills in terms of loads of old attractions, sort of placed not really in any coherent area, not themed potentially well, and then they're kind of going around doing them all. So to see that area done, you know, when we first came, as we said, the wave swinger wasn't there, and it was a really boring entrance. Now it's a beautiful fountain wave swinger, looks really fantastic. You know, this area over here where Cody's bouncing up and down as well, it's been done really well. It's nice to see the park going in the right direction. We're having a cracking day at Pleasurewood Hills, cracking day, and we as we said, we booked the 11 o'clock time slot, so we come in a little bit later, saved us some money, and we got in the end about 25 to 11 actually, because the queue moved a bit quicker than what we thought. So we joined the queue, but it moved quite quickly. And there are some ride closures. The log flume, which we showed you, is still being done, but it looks like it's being tested now, and it looks like it's becoming sort of complete. So I don't think it'll be long. I think it will be open for the summer, yeah. The Jolly Roger is in sort of pieces. There's obviously something technically wrong with that. So it is starting to pick up a bit. Of course it needs some investment, and you know, coming out the back of post-lockdown, I'm not sure what investment looks like for any theme park, let alone one of the sort of smaller ones like this. But I have to say, value for money wise, I had a cracking day so far at Pleasurewood Hills, and we've still got a few rides to do.
Yeah.
We have what to do?
The wave swinger.
We have wave swinger.
The swing and chip.
Yeah, they're the main two. We've got the wave swing and the pirate ship left to do, and we may get on Wipeout again as well. You've probably seen a couple of shots of us on Wipeout. I love it. Cody came off crying first time. I know he did, and I know we mentioned we did as well, but bless him, bless him. No, honestly, hugely underrated park, Pleasurewood Hills, and on a beautiful day like this with sunshine around and everything as well, it's a lovely place to just come and chill out. It's not been a rush today, has it? It's just been, it's just been relaxed.
There's not really an excuse for anything.
No, I mean, apart from the chair swing, well, the chairlift here, which I worked out to be a 40-minute queue. Just by the fact that it takes 2 minutes for someone to get down here, and they're only loading every other one. We think it's due with the members of staff on there, because I don't know whether they can load and get off and on at the same time.
I think they need 2 staff.
Yeah, I think they probably do need 2 staff each end, which, you know, again, in this kind of day and age, they're not going to have. But yeah, it's not loading everyone, so we'll see if it quietens down towards the end of the day, and if it does, we will take you on there as well, but no promises. So far, so good. We've got a few rides left to go. Loving it. Loving Pleasurewood. It's so relaxing, Kurt.
Yeah, it is. It looks really nice. It's very open as well.
Yeah, lovely and open, lovely and open. Really relaxing day. For those wondering, the soft play area, sensory room is closed during the COVID outbreak, but that was fairly new. It used to be a restaurant a few years back when we came, and it was being converted into soft play area. It is now complete, but we can't show you it because it is currently closed. Now, normally you can walk around this way to get down to the log flume, but obviously where the work's on going on there, you can't. So this area is just home to 2 attractions. One of them, the Jolly Roger here, which is a really awesome drop tower, genuinely good drop tower. And I don't just say that lightly, it's genuinely a good drop tower. It is closed at the moment. There's no real sign of work, to be honest, so I don't know why it's closed. I don't know if it's closed because of everything that's going on, or what really. And of course you've got the Cannonball Express. Now, what was this called? When I first came to the park, this was called Enigma, and we used to have a sign across there as well. And then I believe it was called Cannonball Express before it became Enigma, and then they renamed it to Enigma, and then they renamed it back to Cannonball Express, and it did have the Cannonball Express sign back. However, last year this ride was closed. This ride was shut. It was shut for a year-long refurbishment, and it's back open this year. As you can see, it's going round, and we're going to go and get on. What a beautiful ride that is. So that is a Schwarzkopf coaster. I believe it's one of a kind now. I don't believe there's any others in the world apart from that one. It's also why they haven't got another train for it. So as you can probably see from the off-ride videos and indeed the POV as well, there's just one train which holds 8 people. However, during pandemic times, it doesn't hold 8 people. May only hold 4. May only hold 4. But it's a great ride. It's a classic coaster, you know. As you can't sort of look over to it, it doesn't look a lot. But it rides really well, and it only has a 1 meter height restriction as well, which is great news because, you know, a coaster that size, and you can't really appreciate it from here. You'll probably appreciate it more from the other shots where it's quite low down. That is great for a 1 meter height restriction. Really is. As I said, Jolly Roger's shut, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, Cannonball Express is back open for 2020 while the log flume is still being refurbished over in the background there. This is the Huss pirate ship as well, very similar to Blade in terms of size, I would say. Not the same size as the Black Buccaneer was, quite. Nice little pirate ship. We're not actually going to go on that today. We kind of decided against that. We're not going to go on that today. But yeah, Cannonball Express is back open. In terms of refurbishment, because it was shut for a year, I'm guessing it was all mechanical because I can't see a lot of difference. You know, it's not been painted up, the theme hasn't been changed. I wouldn't say the tyres have been changed as well. I do think it's all down to the actual car itself that has been refurbished. I'm pretty sure when it was Enigma or late Cannonball Express, it had quite a high front to it. You can probably see from, you can see as the car's going up there, it's certainly a little bit lower. It's a lovely looking train, and it does look like it's got new, it looks new, it looks like it's been completely refurbished, the train. And I think that's what they were doing. Now the park did tell us actually back in 2013, again, they were trying to source a second train for it, but where it's quite unique, I don't think they're able to do it. Second train on that, and that becomes incredible throughput. It's an incredible ride anyway, but I love that ride. Genuinely really good. Absolutely in love with that ride. And you know, it sounds like a Huss, doesn't it? You can hear the buzzing. I know people say you can't do sounds, but you can hear a B&M coming. You can hear Colossus coming. I used to know when the corkscrew was leaving the top of the track from the other side of the park. You just learn these sounds. And this sounds like a Huss pirate ship. A little buzz. And it looks like Blade, actually. It does look like Blade. Even the seat colours. You can just tell these things, you really can. How do you think we get on this? There's people rushing around trying to do it again. Double seat wave swinger. Beautiful showcase of the park. Wasn't here when we originally started visiting the wave swinger. Check out the queue and go from there. So this is the beautiful entrance area to the park which we showed you earlier, and we've just been on the park's wave swinger, which is behind us here. Now then, we've rated it at every single park, so we'll make it no different here as well, and about the safety measures in for obviously the current pandemic which we are in and just sort of coming out of. And that's a prime example of one that's not been done. It's not been done. The park have been really good. As you go around, it's a nice seamless entry. We kind of mentioned that earlier, you know, they guide you into different batches. You go in, it's really, really good. You sanitize before you come into the park, which is great. And all, you know, the 2 meters have been laid out in the queue lines and things. Obviously, it is down to people to pick it up. Now, we've worn our masks for about 70% of the day. I don't want to tell you we've worn it all day because it's not true. We haven't felt we necessarily need to wear it all day. This is the worst place I've seen for people obeying the rules. 100%. I'd say it's about a 80-20. 20 people that are keeping their distance, 80% of people that just aren't. Some of the queue lines are out to carnage, and it's not because the park haven't laid it out. It's because people just seem to forget that we've just come out of a 4-month lockdown. Bearing in mind that slightly up north at the moment is worse than what it was down south. So yeah, a little bit staggered on that. Now on the wave swinger here, all the seats are open. All the seats are open. So we saw at Chesington World of Adventures that the inside seats were shut to keep at least 1 meter away. And of course it's a mandatory mask wearing ride. There doesn't seem to be any mandatory mask wearing rides here, which I'm a little bit shocked as well with the Dodgems. So you literally are sitting, and we'll take you up and show you. It might be a little bit easier, to be honest. Just head around here now and you'll see kind of the car crash getting on here. So it's every seat here. Look, as people sit next to right next to people in double seats that aren't in their groups. And I'm sorry, I can't defend that. However much I love the park and we've had an amazing day today, I can't defend that in the current climate, and it wouldn't be fair of me to do so, bearing in mind I've been critical of some other parks for doing it. So yeah, wonderful day, wonderful park. They've laid it out nicely, except that can't defend that one, I'm afraid. We're trying to give an honest opinion here of how we feel all the parks are. It's not just here are going. This park has been 95% great in the way they've laid it out, which I think is brilliant. You know, it's far better than Chesington was. Certainly Fort Park was on opening days. But you know, we've praised parks where we can praise parks. As we said, I think the park have laid it out 95%, you know, proper. And I haven't felt unsafe here today, to be honest. Not at all. Whereas at Fort Park I did feel unsafe and did make that quite clear. And yeah, I know some people obviously don't care about it and some people don't believe about the virus, etc, etc, etc. It's entirely your opinion. All we're doing here is trying to provide a public service to say to you, yes, you know, this is how it's happening, this is the honest opinion, this is where we are. Take it or leave it in the nicest way possible. We've had an amazing day here. I'll still be recommending Pleasurewood Hills 100% at the end of the day. But yeah, that could have been done better. Pleasurewood Hills, first time we've come here in 3 years. Definitely the first time we come here in 3 years. Has a lot changed? It's hit and miss, in honesty, hit and miss. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because we had a really good time every time we come here. We genuinely do. We did have a couple of bad runs on Hobs Pit. However, we were told by the park that Hobs Pit was shutting. And indeed, here it goes, look at that. And indeed it did shut and Rootin Tootin opened, and I will say it, Rootin Tootin is brilliant. What a great family attraction. Genuinely mean great family attraction. It shows that you don't have to spend loads of money and you don't necessarily have to go for the big and best to actually kind of get, you know, goes, I love that ride, to kind of get to kind of regenerate a ride, to advertise it for a family market, which obviously is not what Hobs Pit did. Cannonball Express back open, doesn't ride any different. If you've been on it before, there's going to be no surprises in there. I think all the work last year went into the train. The train definitely looks different. I'll have to look back on some old photos because I genuinely can't remember what the train looked like beforehand. Jolly Roger was sadly closed. Wipeout, brilliant, love Wipeout, and I think it's got smoother. And again, we used to liaise with the park quite a lot, to be honest, and they told us the work they did on Wipeout, and it was more noticeable from the first time we rode it way back in the late thousands, right the way to sort of the visits we've had since. It's definitely got smoother, and I think today, again, smoothest I've been on it. You know, these Vekomas are known for being a little bit ropey, But honestly, no complaints. Absolutely loved it. Laughed my way all the way around the ride. Laughed my way all the way around the ride. Now, the work they've done down the bottom on the sort of barnyard area with the Express. Last time we came, it was, I want to say it was Snake in the Grass. Might have been Rattlesnake. It was kind of known between both names, but I'm sure last time we came it was Snake in the Grass. Then it renamed to Rattlesnake, and then it shut. And the park shut it down. They had a big auction, and you know, the auction money went to charity, to be honest with you, so it wasn't too much of a problem. And I think they then decided that actually they probably did need it back. They've done a fantastic job. Again, fantastic job at theming down that area. It looks beautiful. Once you pass sort of Fireball, really nice area, lovely open spaces, lovely barn area. The rides that were down there, the balloons look fantastic. Absolutely amazing. The balloons look amazing, and even the skin around the dodgems as well really does highlight what you can do with existing attractions. And then of course you come to Fireball, which, you know, they've got a KMG afterburner here. It's awful. I can't sugarcoat it, sadly. It's awful. It barely gets to 90 degrees, and when it does, it stops straight away. It comes straight back down again.
One high swing.
Yeah, it's a real shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
A real shame, because
it takes a while to get there.
I mean, to be fair, it's never had a great cycle. Genuinely never had a great cycle, but yeah, it's only been open a couple of days. It's only been back open a couple of days. I think they were having a problem with it at the beginning of the season. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, and you know, the heavy beat music doesn't fit kind of the work and the theme that's been going around the park, you know. With the, you know, Wipeout kind of started it with the lovely little beach area, and then of course the chicken area down the bottom, and even Hobs Pit alley is really nice. The work they're doing on the log flume is absolutely fantastic as well. So, you know, it probably doesn't fit, and I'm gonna put it out there now. I said last time as well with some of the other attractions that did go, that hasn't got long left at the park, would be my guess. Now, there are quite a lot of spaces for rides, because
opposite the drop tower.
you know, down here opposite Drop Tower, there's never been a ride there, in fairness.
Moved that there, I mean.
Never been a ride down there, in fairness, that I remember. It's quite a lot of space. But also where Tide Traveller used to be, which was the old Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck, when it was grey, used to sit here where the Jolly Roger was before becoming Tide Traveller, and it was orange over the back next to Wipeout, and that gave up. That hasn't been replaced. But there was still quite a lot of rides for us to do, wasn't there?
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, we made a real full day of it. A couple of good trains, chairlift, needed the extra member of staff, 40-minute queue for the chairlift. We just couldn't justify it. Sadly, couldn't justify it. It could have done with loading every single car. It does seem slower than before. However, a lot of positives.
Yeah.
A lot of positives. In terms of safety, it was good. Generally good.
Yeah.
Generally good. Entrance seamless. Park was really well laid out. You know, there's markings on the floor, the wave swing, as we said there. There's no excuse. There's not a meter between me and the next person in any situation, and it's not a mandatory face wearing ride. In fact, none of them were.
And the Dodgems was quite close.
I would imagine Dodgems, yeah, we didn't go on Dodgems because of it. But everything else was laid out, you know, on Express it was every other row.
Same as the train.
You know, the train was every other row, and the Cannonball Express was every other row. So the park were doing their best, and the only thing I'm going to pull them up on is the wave swinger, and I can't defend them on that. Would we recommend the park? Yeah, 100%. 100%. It wasn't rammed today by any means. We've worn a face mark, as we said, for about 70 to 75% of the day on most attractions and most queue lines. But there's so much lovely space, so much open space, that you don't have to wear it everywhere, which is really nice. You don't feel quite so tight, do you?
No.
So yeah, 100% recommending the park. 100% recommending the park. Sanitizer around the park, plenty of places to wash your hands. Good quality toilets, no soap. Yeah, no soap issues. Yeah, benches all spaced out well, even in a new area. So yeah, big thumbs up. We'll give them a nice 9 out of 10. Nice 9 out of 10. We haven't rated some of the other parks, but I'm telling you now, apart from Legoland, it's probably second actually. Yeah, I think this is probably second to Legoland. Legoland did nail it on the first day. So yeah, second place. Nothing to be ashamed of, bearing in mind the amount of money that Merlin got. We will definitely be back here. We will be back here. I really miss this park. It's got huge potential. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful location. The staff have been incredible today. You know, all smiles that we could see through masks. You could tell when people are smiling because of their face. You know, they've been quite jovial. They've been chatty. All of them have been chatty. Yeah, really enjoyed it. But from Pleasurewood Hills, something different for you guys. We haven't been here for a few years, and it's the first time we've ever vlogged from the park. So from Pleasurewood Hills, I really hope you've enjoyed it. My name's Adam. Thank you for joining us here on UK Theme Parks. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.